in a nationwide backlash movement called Tesla Takedown. People are organizing boycotts because of his extreme political alignment.
One of the worst hit stocks was Tesla. Just yesterday,
The unraveling of Tesla in real time, and it is completely self-inflicted. Tesla
just reported a 13% year-over-year decline in vehicle sales for Q1 2025. That might sound like just a number to some of you, but let me translate it. This is their worst quarter in 3 years. This is a nosedive straight into the financial abyss.
This is the worst quarter for Tesla in 3 years.
Tesla's stock dropped 15% in a single day. That's the worst single-day crash in 5 years. And over the last 3 months, that same stock, once the darling of Wall Street, has plummeted a gut-wrenching 46%. That's a financial faceplant. And Elon, his response?
he wrote, "It will be fine long term."
And guess who came riding in like a clown on a gold golf cart to help? Donald freaking Trump. I kid you not. Trump pulled up and hosted what was basically a Tesla infomercial on the White House lawn. I mean, what's next? Trump going door to door handing out free cyber trucks like Oprah?
Yeah, nothing screams confidence like needing Daddy Trump to step in and save his fellow billionaire friend.
You get a Tesla, and you get a Tesla. He even said he's buying a Tesla as a show of confidence. What kind of broke billionaire club are we watching? They're out here propping each other up like two drunk dudes at closing time.
"I'm going to buy a brand new Tesla tomorrow morning as a show of confidence and support for Elon Musk. Why should he be punished for putting his tremendous skills to work in order to help make America great again?"
But you know what's even more embarrassing? That Trump, in front of cameras and Secret Service, literally read from a Tesla sales sheet. Yes, read it out loud on government property. In a country where people are losing retirement savings and can't afford groceries, this is what they're doing. You feel angry yet? You should.
The optics were so egregious that even Fox's Peter Doocy asked Trump about the tone deafness of hawking cars while the rest of the country was watching their 401ks plummet and costs surge.
Now, let's keep going because this mess runs deep. Let's talk about this historic collapse in a way that hits home. Tesla has lost over 36% of its value, wiping out hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap. This isn't just a tech slump, this is historic. Even JP Morgan, who cover auto stocks like hawks, came out and said they've never seen an American auto brand lose value this fast. Read that again? Never?
But it's working. JP Morgan, the analyst that covered Tesla stock, said that they've never seen in the modern history of American automotives an automotive brand lose more value in such a short amount of time.
And Elon Musk, Mr. Genius Innovator himself, the man just personally lost over $100 billion in net worth. $100 billion. Gone. Vanished. Like his credibility. Remember all that hype back in December 2024? When Elon was all buddy-buddy with political figures and riding high on artificial confidence boosts? Yeah, all of that has been completely erased.
Because of what can only be described as a catastrophic design failure. And it's the latest in a long series of humiliations for Elon Musk.
Now, let's talk the real receipts. In Q1 25, Tesla delivered just over 300,000 vehicles. You might say, that's not nothing, but it's bad, because that number is way below what Wall Street expected and way below what Tesla needs to stay competitive.
And he is now trying to play both tech genius and political attack dog, and his company isn't doing well.
But this isn't even an EV problem. EV sales are growing. Other companies, they're thriving. You know who doubled their EV sales year over year? General Motors. Yup. GM is out here cooking while Tesla's overcooked. Now in Europe, Tesla's sales didn't just dip. They collapsed. We're talking a 43% drop. And this isn't just Europe. In China, Tesla's self-driving test program got suspended. Internationally, Tesla's getting curb stomped. And deliveries overall, down 26%. Let me ask you, why is this happening?
Elon Musk personally, depending on the day, depending on how the stock's doing, has lost about $100 billion. Tesla sales in Europe are down 43%, even though EV sales overall are up. China.
Why is a company that once led the EV revolution now choking on its own battery fumes? Well, let me tell you, it's not the cars, it's the man. Elon Musk is the problem.
So this is not an EV problem. This is an Elon Musk problem. This is a Tesla problem. Now,
he used to be seen as this quirky innovator, a guy pushing boundaries. But now he's just a divisive political loudmouth who can't decide if he's running a car company, a space program, or a right-wing propaganda machine.
That we should allow to run amok, tearing down our economy, tearing down our federal government and its relationship between the federal government and the American people.
He aligned himself with Trump, flirted with culture war nonsense, and turned X, into a circus. And people are done with it. Consumers are bailing. Activists are organizing, and investors, they're looking for exits.
but it's all looking very bad. And this is called activism. This is called speech. This is called the market.
So yeah, this meltdown, it's not just numbers on a chart, it's a full-blown brand implosion. People are looking at Teslas now and going, no thanks, I'm not supporting that guy. And can you blame them? I mean, imagine buying a luxury EV only to have the company's CEO out here spreading political garbage, attacking critics, and holding pity parties online. This is a fall from grace we haven't seen since MySpace.
Not just running Tesla anymore. He's sort of the main character in a nationwide backlash movement called Tesla Takedown. People are organizing boycotts.
Tesla Takedown is a grassroots boycott movement. And when I say grassroots, I mean real grassroots. No billion-dollar donors, no corporate PACs, just angry people with cardboard signs, homemade stickers, and a very clear message. Elon Musk is the problem.
Now, Elon Musk doesn't like the fact that his net worth has been halved, the value of the stock has been halved. So he's going after people like Valerie Costa. You know, when he's not too busy wrecking and tearing down our social services.
Leading this movement is Valerie Costa, an activist from Seattle who basically became Musk's new arch nemesis. All for daring to place peaceful protest signs on Teslas. Signs and stickers, not bricks, not spray paint, not fire, just stickers.
That is out there of the Tesla takeover brought by the Troublemakers, another group out of Seattle, led by Valerie Costa, who's an environmental activist, who now Elon Musk is going after and attacking and defaming.
But apparently, Elon's ego is so fragile that stickers sent him into DEFCON 1. The man hopped on X, you know, the platform formerly known as Twitter that he turned into a screaming void, and started spreading lies, accusing Costa of being funded by George Soros, linked to crime, backed by ActBlue, and inspired by people she's never even heard.
We still don't really know who's doing the burning, in the sense of there are allegations that it's Soros-funded whatever. There's no proof of that. Others are saying these are provocateurs from the right trying to make the left look bad. I also haven't seen proof of that.
And Costa, she clapped back like a queen.
We still don't really know who's doing the burning, in the sense of there are allegations that it's Soros-funded whatever. There's no proof of that. Others are saying these are provocateurs from the right trying to make the left look bad. I also haven't seen proof of that.
But Elon's lies about her, that's not just pathetic. That's defamation per se.
And we just saw it happen in Las Vegas with literally a burning Tesla. Somebody self-immolated on purpose in order to protest. There's actually an app that covers how many people die.
That means she could legally go after him just for making false criminal accusations in public. And honestly, I hope she does. Because billionaires don't get to punch down on everyday people without consequences.
In fact, all of the value that Elon Musk earned by trying to buy a president, and the high part of the stock market and his stock price back in December is gone and completely down over 36%.
And don't even try to say this boycott isn't working. It's working beautifully. The more Elon rages online, the more attention the movement gets. People who never even cared about Tesla are now joining in, just because they're sick of seeing this man cry on his own app like a toddler with Wi-Fi.
Became an arch villain to American democracy. I didn't like as an automotive guy, I didn't like the build quality. I didn't like the whole cultish.
It's honestly poetic. The richest man in the world, panicking because people with cardboard signs dared to question his power. Love to see it. Now let's zoom out a little, because Elon's collapse, it's not just business, it's not just economics, it's political, and it's loud.
People are organizing boycotts because of his extreme political alignment, particularly this disastrous Doge collaboration. Maybe we'll call it Doggy. The Doggy collaboration with Donald Trump.
There was a time when Elon was seen as this wild, weird genius inventor, the real-life Tony Stark. But those days are dead and buried. The man has gone from visionary to political attack dog, and not even a clever one. Just loud, messy, and embarrassing.
And Tesla's collapse is happening. It is market forces. It is macroeconomics.
He's decided to throw in his chips with Donald Trump. Yeah, great combo. A guy who tanked Twitter teaming up with the guy who tanked democracy. Apparently, Elon gave a $277 million donation to Trump's campaign. $277 million. I can't even process that.
Says he's a genius. Doubled his net worth after buying a presidency by paying Donald Trump $200 million and helping him get elected.
And what did that money get him? A spot in the front row of America's political circus. Musk's platform X has become a megaphone for the worst voices on the internet. White nationalist dog whistles, conspiracy theories, and weird memes that only 4chan dudes understand. And guess what? People are not vibing with it. Tesla's not just a car company anymore. It's become a symbol of political extremism. People don't want to drive around in a rolling billboard for Elon's ego and Trump's comeback tour. They want to buy a car, not take a side in a culture war.
You buying a Tesla will boost Tesla sales and boost their stock?
Well, I hope it does. Look.
Was that your goal?
I care
by doing
about
this?
one thing. When somebody's a great patriot, they shouldn't be hurt. He's a great patriot. He didn't know me from Adam until we met a little bit when I was in my first term, but he came out, he endorsed me very strongly.
Consumers are walking away. Investors are jumping ship. And Elon, he's too busy tweeting nonsense to even notice. But if you think that's wild, wait until you hear what happened next. Trump actually hosted a Tesla commercial on the White House lawn. I'm not kidding. The president turned the White House lawn into a Tesla showroom.
Today, Trump decided to take it a step further, literally doing a commercial on the south lawn of the White House for Tesla.
I'll watch Secret Service go crazy. Thank you.
I mean, if you actually drove it around, it would really be wild.
What in the dystopian brand crossover is this? This is like if Ronald McDonald ran a Pentagon press conference. You don't do product placement in the government's front yard? Trump walked around with Elon's sales pamphlet, holding up the cars like they were prizes on The Price is Right. And yes, there's photo evidence. Getty Images literally caught Trump reading Tesla sales lines off a printed flyer. It looked like a 6th grade book report. Except instead of where the red fern grows, it was why Elon Musk needs a bailout.
By Getty photographer Andrew Harnick, Trump is quite literally reading from a Tesla sales pitch. You can literally see the prices on that piece of paper. So let's recap here.
Okay, first of all, LOL. Trump buying an EV is the fakest flex I've ever seen. That man couldn't figure out how to plug in a toaster without melting the outlet. And second, if Elon needs the former president to publicly buy a car just to stop the bleeding, that's not confidence. That's desperation. But it gets worse. Trump claimed that critics who are boycotting Tesla are doing so illegally. Illegally. Bruh. That's not how any of this works. You don't have to buy a Tesla. That's not how capitalism works. People can choose to spend their money however they want. It's called freedom. Ever heard of it?
This is capitalism. This is a sort of free market.
Even Fox News' Peter Doocy wasn't buying it. He straight up asked Trump how he could justify buying luxury cars while regular Americans are watching their retirement savings crash and burn. And Trump's answer?
Richest man in the world. I hope that everybody who voted for Trump on the pretense that he would lower costs only to watch him crash the economy can see where his focus is on right now.
What are you even saying, dude? This isn't about factories. It's about a tech billionaire having a nervous breakdown in public while dragging an entire company down with him. It's about using the White House to prop up a car brand while people are out here struggling to afford gas and groceries. But hey, if the goal was to generate backlash, mission accomplished. That White House stunt only threw gasoline on the Tesla boycott fire. More people joined in. The hashtag spread faster. The movement went viral. Let's talk about something Elon Musk really doesn't want you to focus on: safety. Or in Tesla's case, the lack of it. You'd think a car that costs more than some people's homes would be safe to drive, right? Wrong. Let's look at the cold hard numbers. There have been 182 documented Tesla fires over the past 7 to 8 years. Not 5, not 20, 182. That's not rare, that's a trend. And what's worse, 53 people have died in those Tesla fire incidents. You hearing that? 53 fatalities. 53 families that expected cutting-edge tech, not a coffin on wheels.
People die in Tesla fires. It's called Tesla Fire. Good name for it. There have been 182 fires in the last 7 or 8 years of 53 fatalities. And the Cybertruck is worse.
And if you think I'm exaggerating, Google it. This stuff isn't a conspiracy. It's been reported. It's been documented. But Elon, he doesn't address it. He tweets through it. He throws memes at a death toll like that, somehow makes it okay. Now, let's talk about a very specific case. Phoenix, Arizona. A Tesla there caught fire, twice. Same car, 2 different fires. You'd think after the first one, the engineers would say, hey, maybe we should fix this.
Mechanical device somewhere. You can try to burst your way out of there. He says it's bulletproof. That's great from if you're inside, but how do you get out?
Nope. Just slap another overpriced battery pack in it and hope it doesn't explode again. Well, it did. But here's the thing that gets me. It's not just the fires. It's the design failures that make these cars literal traps.
It's all electric. I mean, Paul Krugman reminds you when he does the piece about we're all trapped in a burning Tesla. In case you didn't know this when you buy the thing, the doors are not mechanical. They're all controlled electronically. You lose your electrical system in a Tesla, and it's hard for you to get out of that.
Tesla doors don't open manually. They rely on an electronic system. So what happens when the battery fails, or let's say the car is on fire? You're stuck. You are locked inside a burning car, and unless you happen to have a glass breaker tool on you, good luck. This isn't science fiction. This is happening. And don't even get me started on the Cybertruck. You know, the one Elon hyped as bulletproof?
And the Cybertruck is worse, according to the statistics.
Turns out it's not even safe-proof. Early reports show more mechanical malfunctions, battery overheating, and even worse visibility and safety design than standard Teslas. Oh, and remember that bulletproof window Elon smashed himself during the demo? That wasn't a one-time accident. That was foreshadowing. People joked about burning Teslas for years, but now the metaphor is real.
The point of the analogy is, how do we break out of the burning Tesla fire of the economy with Donald Trump and Elon Musk in control?
Burning money, burning brand, burning cars, and a CEO throwing gasoline on every part of it. Now let's talk about what people are actually saying behind closed doors, because even Tesla's own board members, you know, the people paid to support Elon, are reportedly starting to whisper the one sentence he fears the most. It's time for Musk to step down. And honestly, about damn time. Let's stop pretending he's the same guy who built PayPal or launched SpaceX. That guy's gone. What we have now is an unhinged, distracted, ego-driven liability who's doing more damage to Tesla than any competitor ever could.
And it is Elon Musk taking a popular, future-focused company and driving it, proverbially, into a political ditch for clout, for ego, for culture war nonsense, and all of it.
Institutional investors are over it. They're watching him spiral in public, picking fights on social media, making reckless political statements, and pouring money into personal vendettas. Meanwhile, they're bleeding value. Tesla's valuation is tanking, the stock is sliding, and the shareholders? They're looking for exit strategies. Even Paul Krugman, Nobel Prize-winning economist, has labeled Musk's leadership as cult-like. The guy once compared to Einstein is now being compared to a cult leader.
Paul Krugman, an economist who writes for the New York Times, used the metaphor. He said, we're all locked in a burning Tesla. The question is, can we get our way out? And that imagery, and we just saw it happen in Las Vegas with literally a burning Tesla. Somebody self-immolated on purpose in order to protest.
And what does Elon do while this is happening? He's not fixing cars. He's not addressing safety. He's not calming investors. Nope. He's laying off employees, slashing social programs, firing staff in key departments, and tweeting conspiracies about George Soros from his bunkered office. This is a tech meltdown masquerading as a midlife crisis. Let's not sugarcoat it. The call is coming from inside the house. Elon is Tesla's biggest threat. Now here's the brutal truth. This isn't some normal stock dip. This isn't market turbulence. This is Elon Musk's fault. Entirely. This is what happens when you build a brand on hype instead of reliability. When you surround yourself with yes men and ignore engineers. When you turn your car company into a culture war weapon and forget that people just want to drive something safe, efficient, and affordable.
Healthcare, for Medicare, Social Security, for education, and firing workers so that there are no people to be responsive to the American people who are looking for the benefits that they're entitled to. When he's not doing that, he's busy attacking people like Valerie Costa. And this is, I'll tell you from a legal standpoint, this is defamation. Saying Valerie Costa's committing crimes, that is defamation per se. She's not, she fired back.
What was once a cutting-edge innovation story is now a cautionary tale. And let's be honest, Tesla used to stand for something. It used to mean the future. It meant innovation, speed, sustainability. Now, it means division, ego, and instability. Tesla went from being the leader of the EV revolution to the poster child for political backlash. And reversing this? Not gonna be easy. You've got a grassroots boycott movement spreading like wildfire. You've got consumers actively selling their Teslas to avoid being associated with Elon. You've got Wall Street analysts downgrading the stock. And you've got foreign markets, Europe, China, slamming the brakes on Tesla deliveries. Everywhere you look, it's collapse. And let's not forget, Elon still thinks he's the victim. He still tweets like he's being wronged, like people owe him loyalty. Bro, no one owes you anything. Least of all when you're delivering death traps with a cult-like fan base and a CEO meltdown attached. Tesla is now a toxic brand. That's not an exaggeration. That's the reality. And the longer Musk stays in charge, the worse it gets. Customers are walking away, employees are fed up, investors are jumping ship. And Elon? He's tweeting memes and pretending it's all under control.
The stock is down 31%. It's down 13% in just a week. Deliveries are down 26%. People are selling the stock at record numbers. They want to get as far away.
Let's be clear. This isn't just a meltdown. This is a complete implosion. The stock, the brand, the trust, all circling the drain. And every step of the way, Elon Musk has made it worse. So what now? Either he steps aside and lets adults take over, or he keeps tweeting into the void while the empire burns down around him. Whatever happens, you better believe we'll be watching every second of it. The bottom line is this. Tesla's problem isn't the market. It's Elon, his ego, his politics, his rage tweeting, his weird obsession with being liked by the alt-right. It's not just costing him billions, it's turning Tesla into a cultural punchline. A few years ago, Buying a Tesla meant you were supporting innovation, tech, and the future. Now, it looks like you're co-signing whatever chaos Musk tweets at 3 a.m. And people want no part of that. So yeah, between cardboard signs, angry buyers, public tantrums, and gold cart Trump endorsements, it's clear we're not watching a company anymore. We're watching a collapse. If you think this meltdown's wild, wait till you see what's coming next. Hit subscribe before Elon blocks the truth again.